I'm Julie Stover. I'm a reading specialist for grades 3 through 5 and the language arts resource person for the elementary at York Suburban School District. I'm taking the Close Reading Institute at Millersville University. Close reading can be described in many ways, and there's not just one definition. Close reading is an interaction between the reader and the text. When readers go deeply in and think very deeply about what they're reading, they're questioning the text, they're looking with a particular lens, as Lehman and Roberts would say, or they're looking for signpost, which is what Beers and Probst would talk about. There are so many different ways to look at close reading. This week has given me an opportunity to widely think about it and to think of many different ways that I can incorporate close reading in my classroom. The signposts are a fabulous way to get kids to stop while they're reading and think about what's there. Struggling readers have a tough time thinking about text and where to stop. They often just retell. But what Beers and Probst have given us are these signposts that kids can find as they read, like having something happen again and again. When they see that again and again in the text, they stop and they think about why the author has had that thing happen repeatedly and how that adds into the plot or the theme or another piece of how the story is moving forward. Although I've done a lot of reading on close reading and a lot of watching of videos and such on the internet to help develop myself so that I can help others and help my children, I've found that the Institute has provided me with a broader lens of what close reading is and a way to bring more back to my school into the classroom. For instance, we've had great collegial discussions where we're sharing what we're doing with close reading and what our viewpoints are with that. How are we applying it in the classroom? Additionally, we've had speakers that have come in. For instance, we had Emily Meixner come in who spoke about graphic novels, and it was fabulous. She talked about visual elements that help to bring to life the craft of the story that I didn't know anything about, even though I've done a lot of reading about close reading. This is something that will pull in my readers who are struggling. We had the opportunity to look at primary sources and artifacts. It was fascinating, and I can see how children will be drawn in when I bring those primary sources back to my classroom. Well, it's interesting. Before I came to this course, I had been using notice and note signposts in my classrooms that I push into with 5th grade teachers, and we were really excited about that. I have new resources to bring back to those teachers and to share with them on notice and note. I also have a new view from Lehman and Roberts on using lenses and looking for patterns and finding new understandings. And I'm going to go back and share some new ways to do that, looking at pictures, looking at songs, looking at digital literacy. I have a whole new wealth of things that I can share with other teachers and with my students to help them develop their joy of reading.